Alright folks, kinda had a tough situation here. I went ahead and put the front suspension on. Got the new Bilstein strut here, the new Eibach lowering spring. If anybody who didn't know, these are offset ball joints that are welded in place. So basically we took a stock component and manipulated it to where we could gain some camber. It's not adjustable since it's welded, so I don't get dinged points as far as adjustable camber kit. But once I was all completed and done, I went to put on the brake line, and I'll take you over here and I'll show you my situation. So I come over here to the bleeder valve and I put a number 8 on it, and I was pulling on it, and I started to bump it, and just bump, and I could tell that the wrench had started to move. So I bump, boom, and it sheared completely off down there on that lower neck, and I just about shit myself. And I was just like, oh God, what am I gonna do now? So I took it over here and I put it in the vise, and I worked and worked and worked. And the first thing I did, I put heat on it, tried heating it up. I don't even know where all the pieces are that I tried to work with. Second thing I tried to do was take this wedge and beat down into it to where I could turn it like a flathead. None of that seemed to work. So I just turned the camera on because I was getting it, because I was so frustrated you didn't want to hear what I was saying. But I ended up taking the drill, and you can see the drill bit that's in it now. I kept going from smaller drill bits to bigger drill bits, and I ended up drilling it out. And once I got that last size drill bit, you can see the different sizes. It started pouring out brake fluid. Well, that told me right then I had gotten through to the other side of it, because it wasn't allowing the bleeder part to work. And I stuck this screwdriver in there and I beat it in with a hammer, and now it comes on out. So I'm excited now. Now I'm just worried because I don't want any metal shavings to be down in there. I'm gonna have to blow it out real good with the air gun. But we're gonna see what this looks like here. You can tell there's definitely metal shavings in there. As far as the threads in here, you can tell there's metal shavings in there, but the threads don't look bad. I think I can take the air gun and put it through here, and it'll squirt out all the air. But if I stick the air gun in here, what's going to happen is these pistons are all going to squish together. So I need to take a block of wood or something and put it in between here, and then go ahead and shoot air through there and try and get it out. So that's what I'm going to do now. Alright, so what I did, I stuck this handle of this hammer in here and I twisted it so it's nice and tight. That way it won't allow the pistons to shoot out. And I'm gonna take the air nozzle here. I'm gonna go ahead and see if we can blow all this shit out. Oh yeah. What a mess that makes. But look, no more metal. You can see all the particles of the brake fluid in the air. That looks pretty darn good. I'm happy with that. Now all I gotta do is go to the hardware store and buy a new one. I'm worried down there. I'm worried if I ran the drill bit too far and ran it into that thing. I'm gonna have to look at this and see what the end of this looks like to make sure I didn't drill it too far. Kind of looks like I might have. That don't seem normal, does it? That almost looks like it failed. No. Maybe just when I drilled it out and tapped it with a hammer. That's what crushed the bottom of it. But the bit didn't go through because I still have the full base of it. It is what it is at this point. The importance of this is the cone shape on the end of that is what seals that from leaking. So when you loosen these bleed valves, they allow the brake fluid to seep by that that swedge or whatever you want to call that. And that means the female part of that down in this hole has got to be perfect or it won't seal. And what I'm wondering is if you can see it. I don't know if it'll zoom in, and I just want to make sure that seat down there is still good. Hard to tell. Okay, so here we are with the front Bilstein strut. This would be your Coney orange. And this is a stag. So what I wanted to do, I wanted to measure the thickness of this center shaft here. And right there we get 12.42 millimeters. On this one, we get basically the same thing. Come down here and measure this one. And we get 14.6. So this is a heavier duty shaft. If we come back here and measure these are the rears. Square it out. That gives you a 12.4 also. So we come over here to measure the KYBs. Same thing, 12.6. 12.4 all the way around for all of them except the Bilsteins. And the Bilsteins are supposed to be a heavy duty strut. So we're gonna go ahead and assemble this bad boy and put it in.